Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today in this video, I'm going to do another album review. This is from 1982, Led Zeppelin. We've only got two more left to do, Into the Outdoor and Coda. I'm doing Coda first because I asked Joseph if he wanted to do Into the Outdoor with me and he hasn't got back to me, so I thought I'd just do this now. That'd be nice. This is from 1982 and it's like pretty much a compilation album. I'd probably class it as an album, but it is basically taken from different parts of their careers. Well, from the first one, which is We're Gonna Groove, which is from like 1970. It's got stuff like outtakes and different things from like 76, 78, 74. Pretty much the years when they weren't as active. I got this from Liverpool, in the HMV in Liverpool, which is probably the biggest HMV I've ever been to. And it's got a very nice gatefold. It's got lots of nice pictures. And it was John Paul Jones's idea to name it Coda because Coda, in like music theory, means like the end part. So this was kind of like a good send off for it. And I suppose for Zeppelin fans at the time, you know, my favourite band has just broken up because one of the members had died, John Bonham, 1980. So you know, it's pretty upsetting. So this is, at least it's something to give them. And inside it has this. And on the back has all the information, well, not all the information, but information about the songs. So you've got We're Gonna Groove, which is actually written by Benny King and Jim's somewhat. But Benny King wrote, you know, Stand By Me. And that's the We're Gonna Groove is from Royal Albert Hall, which is 1972. Poor Tom's from 1970. So it's like I Quit You Baby, because that's from Royal Albert Hall. The performance of which they did on Jimmy Page's birthday, I believe. Yeah, it was. And Walter's Walk, which was done in 72, which was like a year off, kind of, for recording. Ozone Baby, which was 78. Don't think they did anything then. Darlene, 78. Bonzo's Montreux, which is 76. Wearing and Tearing for 78. So a lot of it's either from 1970 or 78, pretty much, apart from an exception of two, which is 72 and 76, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, I really like the way the album layout of this. It's very nicely done, and God, I'm going in. And the label is, it's on their own label, the Swan Song label. It's only got 8 songs. I don't know why this isn't going though. I should just wreck it. Okay, well, not wanting to go in. But yeah, the first song it opens up with is, what's it called now? We're Gonna Groove, and it is a great song. They opened it up on their live shows a lot of time with We're Gonna Groove, and so I guess it kind of just became a staple. But it's weird how it wasn't ever on an album until now, because I guess it's like the train kept coming, you know, that kind of thing. Where they just, sorry, this is quite annoying, it's me just messing around with this. Train kept coming, where they'd always play that, but it never really went on a live album, well, on an album, until the live album stuff came out. But you know, it's a very good song, and it's got a driving drum beat, and it's got a great riff, and they quite frankly did a great cover of it. Definitely made it their own, and it was just a great song. It was obviously produced by Jimmy Page, and executive producer Peter Grant, as per usual. And the mixing on this isn't as bad as other stuff like anything past like Physical Graffiti onwards. You can never really hear Robert's vocals very well. It's very like, it's the way he's singing, you can't tell what he's saying. But on this you can tell what he's saying well. So it's good mixing, and it's actually high up for once. After that you got Poor Tom, which is a nice little acoustic thing. It's quite dark. I mean, it's in alternate tuning on the guitar, so it's a bit annoying to learn. But you know, you've got great like acoustics on it, and the lyrics pretty good, and the drum beat, it's kind of like a marching drum beat at the beginning. It kind of goes throughout the whole song, and it's very nice. I really like it. It's a It's a really good song. Then after that, you've got I Can't Quit You Baby, which is taken from the Royal Albert Hall concert again. And personally, I prefer this version of I Can't Quit You Baby than to the one on Zeppelin 1, just because it's got more energy and it's just, I mean, the endings, obviously, the skip out after the solo, they skip out the last verse and just go straight to the drum beat. And it's pretty much, I think it's because on the actual Albert Hall, I think they mess up something on the last verse, so I'm guessing they just cut it out and just left it. But it's just got so much energy and it's just so powerful when it gets going. Well, through that whole thing. You've got Walter's Walk, which is, it's an alright song. I'd probably say it's the weakest song on this side, but it's pretty good. It's got a good riff. It just goes on for a little bit. But I don't understand the pitch at the back there. It's pretty weird, but so I'm supposed to like UFO stuff. But Walter's Walk, it's a good song. It's decent lyrics. It's got a decent riff, but it's pretty simple, but sometimes simplicity is good. It's good, and then it's got like a good like middle riff bit, but it is by far the weakest song on this side. I mean, overall, the album's like 33 minutes, something like that. It's not long at all. Well, just a push 30 minutes. Then you flip over, and on the second side, you've got Ozone Baby. Great riff, very good riff. And the middle eight of it, it changes, like, the riff changes, kind of, and it's great. It's got a great groove to it. Not much really more to say about it, apart from it's got a great riff. It's very catchy. I mean, obviously the songs on here aren't as good as like a normal Zeppelin album, but this is obviously like outtakes and things they didn't want to put on albums, and you can see why. But when you put them all together, it makes a good like compilation album, even though it's not very long. But I would have preferred it if it was longer. They could have at least put 10 songs on, like 5 aside, but because they've surely got loads of material that they haven't used over the years. The second song on side 2 is Darlene. Very good chorus. The riff kind of seems a bit sloppy and slow, but it's actually pretty good. The drums on it are very powerful on this. For most of the songs on this, like the mixing just pushes the drums to be so powerful and like just blasts through. But the Darlene is very good. But then after that, you've got Bonzo's Montreux, which is a drum solo. And at first, like, obviously, it wasn't nice because it's a drum solo. And I like drum solos, but sometimes they're a bit unnecessary, I guess. This goes on for about 5 minutes, but it's different because it's obviously got, like, the main drumming of it, but then it's got, like, different kind of drums on it as well. They start experimenting with different drums. And I swear there's, like, some form of like a xylophone or something like that, or a glockenspiel. I'm pretty sure it's like a xylophone. And they just mess around with that, and it was pretty much just Jimmy and John Bonham, or Jimmy Page and John Bonham in the studio, just them two, because it is just a drum solo. Could have been a tiny minute shorter, but obviously Moby Dick is better than this. But it would have been cool if he ever played this live, because you don't really see that. And then the last song is Wearing and Tearing, which is a great song. Definitely a great ending. The longest song on the album is about 5 minutes. Bonzo's Montreux is probably the weakest song of the whole album, but that's just because it's a drum solo, you know. And it's also the weakest on the side. But like I say, it's a drum solo, so it's a bit... Wearing and Tearing, though, is a great song. Nothing more really to say about it, but... trying to think how it goes. No, I don't know how it goes, but it has like stopping and starting, which is cool. It goes all the way through that. It's got a good solo as well, very good solo. There's some pretty good solos on this album as well. Obviously not the greatest, but they are very good. But Wearing and Tearing, great song. Great lyrics and great bass lines and drumming and stuff. Overall, give the album like a 7.5 out of 10, but purely because it's too short. And you know, it's a compilation album, so, you know, that's everything for now. Hopefully we'll do it into the outdoors soon so we can finish the Zeppelin playlist. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and views down in the comment section below, and I'll see you all later. So goodbye.